Oh, and we here. Hey everybody. It's me, Kiki. We gonna watch this Game of Thrones House of the Dragons. House of the Dragons. I got something to drink. How y'all doing? Let me make sure I got my camera right. Cause I gotta get my angles right. I be trying to get my angles right, y'all. This is House of the Dragon, the excuse me, the Game of Thrones show. Just in case you didn't know, this is season 1, episode 4. It starts at 8 o'clock, so at 8 o'clock it will begin. Some of you guys may be watching this on a recording, so you might be watching it at a different time. That's cool. That's cool. I ain't mad at you. So this is the boobs and booze edition of House of the Dragon. I try to have fun. This is a welcoming environment. Okay. No, this is House Valerian up in here. So, I'll put up with no madness in my comment section or my live streams. I got my crown on. So I am the next. I am the princess that was promised. Like, share, subscribe, share this video to everybody out there. I try to keep it PC. I try to keep it cash and try to keep it PC. Not too much profanity unless somebody gets me worked up, and then I may have to I may have to get on you. But other than that, this is a welcoming environment. This is the first episode I've watched live. This is, like I said, this is the 4th episode of the first season. The other 2 episodes I did not watch live because I wasn't home to watch the episodes as they come out. They come out 8 Central Standard Time. I'm Central Standard Time. It's 7:48 here now, so probably in another 10 minutes or so. To people who are new to House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, you do not have to be a watcher of the OG Game of Thrones that was on TV for 8 seasons. If you totally missed that and you were like, I don't know nothing about that, that's fine. You can watch House of the Dragon without knowing anything about Game of Thrones. Now, it gives you have a better enrichment and a more of a context. But no, you don't have to read the books. You don't have to watch Game of Thrones, but it will enhance the experience for you if you have. Right now I am live coming from my bed. Like, I come from my bed. Like, if you don't know, like, I'll broadcast from my bed. I used to sit up in the chair and all that. And for those of you who don't know, I had back surgery 2 years ago, and I've been working out really, really hard. Some of y'all may know, you can tell my face is slimmer, but I've been working out a lot. And so my back is suffering because of it. I didn't went up on my weights, y'all. So y'all just forgive me. Anyway, I'll be watching the show live, making comments here and there. I'm known for my comedy and my hilarity. If you don't know me, then how I got the name Infamous, by the way, I have to say, is because I've been on different people's podcasts and different people's channels, and I would really say, I guess what people say, quote unquote, crazy stuff. To me, it's just my personality. And then I was known as Kiki something else, and then someone's like, here's the infamous Kiki, you're infamous. So that's how I got the name. I have not read the Game of Thrones books, but I do know the lore. So I'm more than a casual fan, but I'm not a Game of Thrones super fan. When Game of Thrones originally came out, I had never heard of the books. I have no desire to read the books. I like the shows. I understand that after season 4, it diverged greatly from the books. The books went left, it went right. So some people stopped watching and gave up on it. Then the rest of the fandom just continued because the show was well made up until disastrous season 8 that everybody talks about. Season 8, I still have not watched the last 2 episodes. Matter of fact, is once Dany started burning down King's Landing, I picked up the remote and switched the show off and went to bed because I was like, no, not today. You ain't go. Targaryens and Starks are my favorite. So You're probably wondering, what is House of the Dragon if you have not seen it? It's kind of like Succession. There's a show on HBO called, which is like Succession, which is about this guy dying and leaving a business. I've never watched it, but people say that all the time. Basically, in a nutshell, it's fantasy, has dragons in it. It takes place in, kind of a medieval time period. In this time period, there's a king. His wife died, his son died, but he has a daughter, an older daughter, and basically women are not allowed to rule. So he was going to leave the kingdom to his younger brother. His younger brother's kind of a wild card, a loose cannon, has made some enemies in the kingdom, but by the right of succession, the it has to be the next oldest male, and that would be his younger brother. The king gets into a spat fight. I don't know, some controversy. The younger brother may have said things that he shouldn't have said and put his foot in his mouth. And it got back to the king. He was upset. He's like, okay, you're not in line of throne. My daughter is going to be my next in line. So, the daughter was happy about that, and she's very capable. At the timeline in this story, I think the daughter is probably about 16 years of age. The daughter had a best friend that was a little bit older than her. The best friend ended up marrying her father, which is creepy and gross and weird. And so by the last episode, the new queen, the daughter's best friend, has one child and one child on the way. So it's a lot of pressure on the king to name a different heir other than his daughter, because apparently they'll burn the realm down in order to keep from having a woman rule it. So there's been some kind of grumblings about, he has like a 2-year-old son, and they're like, well, maybe we should give it to him. And meanwhile, his brother Damon is like studding up and cutting up, and he had an awesome battle scene. There's some people that was causing trouble to the kingdom, and the king is kind of weak. I admitted he's weak sauce. The king is kind of like, he's weak. I wouldn't. He's trying to be a good father and trying to be a good man, but sometimes being a good man and being a good person doesn't necessarily make you a good king. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I didn't see the preview for this episode, so I'm really not quite sure what's going to be going on. But I don't like reading spoilers about shows that I really like. I rather go into it just, fresh face. I don't want to read what other people are saying about the show and all that. I don't like all that. I want to see what I see and do what I do without any type of influence. Yeah, my TV's right here. So if you see me looking up at it, it's because I'm looking at the TV. And so far, what I think about the show, I really like this show. I really do. I really like this show. I'm digging it. I'm anxious to see. This is one book I have read, even though I haven't read the other ones. But the book, the way it's told from a third person. It's not told from any of the characters' points of view. It's been a while since I read the book, since it came out years ago. But it's not, and there's things that are left out, and so this show has done a really good job of filling in the details, and that's what I really like. It's really filled in the details nicely about the characters. They have a timeline, so like every episode, it's like there's several time skips, and so I wonder with this episode, is there going to be yet another time skip? We'll see. The CGI in this show is good. They got the HBO big budget money. There's been some parts in here that's a little wonky CGI, but if you know me and watch my channel, I'm not a CGI kind of like, oh, the CGI has to be this and it has to be that. I respect anybody who is a digital artist. I respect anybody because it takes a lot of time to make a show to this magnitude. I do kind of miss, because I watch Game of Thrones, the scenes that are on location. Because with location, there's a very like richness and a really, I know because of the pandemic, they couldn't do everything in all the locations, but there's just a richness in Game of Thrones that I don't see here. It's like it's kind of glossy, and you can tell there's a lot of green screen. But like again, I'm not mad at it. Game of Thrones, it was what it was. They did build sets and go to locations and all that stuff, and but they could do that back then, but So I'm not hating on that. They had to do what they had to do to get through a pandemic to make this show. So the show is approximately an hour, give or take a minute or two. Um, so I'm just anxiously waiting. Like 4 minutes to go, 7:56 here. Um, and I'm anxiously waiting to see what happens. You know, other times I remember with Game of Thrones, like come Sunday, we would we would put it on and then the channel would freeze. Yeah, I'll be trying to watch Game of Thrones and I'll be like, the channel is freezing. What is going on? I'll be so mad. And then like because everybody wants to be trying to log in. So hopefully like I don't get this get the same thing. I'm just kind of like going back and forth waiting for it to load. But yeah, that was such the horrible thing. It's like everybody's logging in at once. And then so it would freeze, especially during that last season. Jesus Christ, it used to freeze all the time. The first episode, I would give the first episode a 9 out of 10. The second episode, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. And then the third episode, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. Like I really enjoyed that first episode. I kind of heard some rumblings about the ratings that it went down, but I don't know. Maybe because of the holiday was last weekend, so we just have to see the ratings. Also, I watch Rings of Power live. I also watch Love During Lockup live. I'm trying to see what show I'm going to add to my live. I want to add one more show that comes on like middle of the week, like maybe Wednesday, to add to my live, but I don't know, or not Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, to add to my live watching. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, and then you can catch me watching those shows live. And it's a lot of fun listening, especially when I have people join in, especially Love During Lockup, or is it Love After Lockup? I would get them confused. But I have people who come in. I like to say hi to House of Flying D's. I like to say hi to House Teflon. I like to say hi to all the Geo Malik fans or subscribers out there. And so, there it is, y'all. Wait, it's my phone. Look, let me tell y'all, I lost my remote. Look, I lost my remote, y'all. So I got to use my phone. Okay, here we go. I might have to skip the intro because the intro is cool and everything, but it says picture a story. Okay, so this is kind of like the HBO intro. We're gonna skip that. Sorry y'all. If y'all wanted to see that, y'all gonna watch that on y'all time. After the episode, I will have a little commentary a little bit. I try not to make it too long, but just telling you what I thought about the episode. And this is the recap of the last week's episode. I'm gonna skip that. Here we go, y'all. Whoa. And I'm going to look at this intro. Normally I would skip it, but I like it. But I want to know, does anyone know what we're looking at? Is this Old Valeria? For those who know the lore, is this Old Valeria we're looking at? This can't be King's Landing. This doesn't look like King's Landing. But I like it, and some people were upset because they kept the Game of Thrones music, but it kind of got a bop to it. I'll be singing it. It got a bop to it. I'll be like, what? It's like that medieval bop. That medieval bop. Y'all got my crown on, so I got that medieval bop. Like I'm like, what am I looking at? Somebody had the Dragon Demands, who has a YouTube channel. I love him, by the way. But he had a whole video about the intro, and I forgot what he said this was. But yeah, the beginning got a little bop to it, and I'm like, is that blood? I'm like, it's blood of the dragon. Like, what is going on here? It's a little dark, but I like the theme song. It always got a little bop to it. I'd be like, what? Let me stop, y'all. I'm silly. It got a little bop to it. Okay, we're gonna skip it. Oh, in there, she touching the necklace that her uncle gave her. And let me just say before they start talking, I'm a Matt I'm a Matt Smith fan and Steve Toussaint fan. I thirst for them. So, if you like, ooh, Kiki, you thirsty. I'll be like, yeah, when Matt Smith is on the screen, I'm pouring a drink. I'm pouring my cup. Because the thirst is real. It's real. Steve Toussaint come up on there, thirst is real. It's real. I'm drinking. I'm parched. I'm choking. I'm like, whoo, whoo. When Emma D'Arcy get on here, I'm gonna be thirst trapping too on her because she cute. Renera looks so beautiful.
And tell me, Golden Diary, did you think my great grandmother is beautiful as they said?
This was half a century ago, Princess.
He like, I don't know.
The man is older than my father. It's unseemly.
Oh, okay. Renera. Oh, hey, BCG. Peace and love. Hello, what pulls my teeth? My favorite. Hey, y'all. Yeah, I got my crown on today, y'all. I had to keep your boobs and crown. Just got my drink. So Renera is apparently sitting around and they're trying to find a husband for her. They like, girl, you need to get married. So her dress is slayed, though. Slayed.
My princess.
Oh, he's 12.
Ours is a bond that has volunteers.
Oh, he's 12.
The grandsire of my grandsire aided the dragon in his war of conquest. Aye. Blackwood's truly turned the tide on that one.
Wait a minute, I see a sister in the background. Hold up. Backstory. I need a backstory. I see a sister in the background. What? You don't be watching the show, be looking for the black folks. I'm sorry, y'all. There's a sister in the background.
Under my protection. Protection? The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
Oh my God. Hey, little baby. You leave that little baby alone. Look, he all nervous. He reminds me of my son. Oh, he definitely reminds me of my son. My son be like, I stick you. I pull a sword on your bitch ass. Oh, no, they really fighting. Oh, they really fighting. Oh, this is funny. Oh, he killed him. My son killed him. Oh, snap. I wonder what house he's. I gotta go back and watch this again to see what house he was for. He killed him. The little 12-year-old looking like my son, looking like a real light version of my son, just killed him. Wow, that was live. He was like, I ain't no punk.
You should make landfall inside the owl, princess.
How do you think he will take it?
Do you speak of how you rejected every suit his grace put before you, or how you brought in the toilet?
Oh, she didn't know. She's like, I don't want none of these dudes. They busted and disgusted. Well, none of these dudes. None of these dudes. Uh-oh. I hear a dragon. I hear a dragon. Look at Damon. Oh, she hit her head. I love the actress that plays young Renera. She has such an agency about her that's just like, it kind of reminds me of my daughter. My daughter is like 8, but she has an agency about her that's just kind of like very commanding. Like, yeah, he putting the crown on. I'm not mad at Jaharis. I'm really not. I think the people be dogging him like he weak. I don't think he weak. I just think he's sometimes wishy-washy. But I think at the end of the day, he's a good person. He like, where's my daughter? You ain't got a husband yet, girl. He looking like, girl, you ain't got to. See, everybody want to blame Viserys, her dad. But really, it's Renee's fault too, because she could have husbanded up a long time ago and had some babies. Well, not a long time ago, but like within the past, like she's stalling about trying to find a husband, and that didn't help her claim to the throne. Oh, here come Damon. Child. Yes. Yes. Woo! Child, if a man come walking to me like that, I'll be like, let a man walk in with that much swagger. I would be like, you know, I'm gonna wife myself up. I'm just like, baby, I got the ring. I got it. I'll be like, baby, you know, come on, let me talk to you for a minute. Had a man walk in with that much swagger. Lord have mercy. He got this fake crown on. He drop it like,
You wear a crown. You also call yourself king. Once we smash the tribes, we need a name.
Jesus, Lord, Daemon Targaryen.
I know that there is only one true king in grace.
And he didn't cut his hair off and everything. He like, oh, he kneeled before his brother, saying, "There's only one." Forget you, Otto Hightower, bitch ass.
Where is Lord Court? He's down home. Who holds the stepstone, the tides, the drags, and 2,000 dead tri-king corsairs stayed to the sound.
Oh yeah, he tell him, he said, I done killed him. Oh, I need to post some more drink. I'm thirsty. Woo! I'm thirsty. I'm parched. I'm parched. He like, here, I gave you this bootleg crown. See? He's like, what you finna do now? Rise. Oh, he gave him a hug. Oh, I'm clapping too. Yes. Yes, boo. Yes. He gave him a hug. Oh, he happy to see his brother. Right. He like, we owe you a great debt, but I'm still not gonna make you clean. Oh, well, put my tea. You your mind? Oh, please. Yeah, of course you.
No. I will not revisit this debate.
These costumes are so beautiful, and I'm a real costume person. I design clothes, so this is just right up my alley.
Our mother, she had no regard for custom or tradition rules, but I certainly was no faith.
Congratulations.
I like drunk King Daddy. When King Daddy get drunk, he get full. He be on that wine. He be talking mad ish too when he be on that wine. I like drunk Daddy.
Perhaps you can stay in the Catholic of the gallery if he hasn't been seeing the tapestries gifted to you by Louis of the Bull.
Would you like to see the tapestry?
Oh, he drunk. Yeah, he drunk. Daddy be drunk. He be talking ish when he drunk
We
too.
have no interest in such things.
He remind me of like an uncle that be getting drunk at every barbecue. That when he get drunk, he the fun uncle, but then when he not drunk, he's not fun. He just be talking ish.
For wine.
Look, she mad. Girl, Allison, go sit down. Have 3 seats. Have 3 seats. Have a seat, queen. Have a seat, girl. Have a seat. Just have a seat, girl. She just like, oh, we're gonna look at some tapestries. Just tapestry. Girl, shut up. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Are you pregnant again? I mean, you be popping out babies like a puppy. Come on.
See why is the toilet popular? I enjoyed it as long as I could. Have every young knight in Lord of the Seven Kingdoms fawning over you.
They still trying to be friends. That first episode, they did not look like friends. They look like something else. Like they look like scissor sisters. They didn't look like friends. I don't know what kind of friendship that was, but it was a little cute, a little too cutesy for me for just to be friends. Like it makes me rethink the whole Rhaenyra thing because like why she don't want to get married and everything like that. She miss her friend, her scissor sister / friend. I don't know. They had kind of like a cutesy little crushy thing. Yeah, Eric had to cut his hair. Child, Miss True Blood. They talking about they supposed to bring True Blood back. Did anybody hear that? That they supposed to bring it back. They're supposed to do a remake of it. Eric was so sexy. I was just like, whoo, I don't need no other vampire but that one.
Anyone sees when they look at me now.
Oh, she missed her friend. Oh, she's like, girl, I miss you. I miss you too, girl. Let's go make out underneath the weird tree. Why'd you come back? If y'all hear my kids in the background, that's my kids making all the noise in the background. They loud.
So, what do you want?
They
I'm
eating
not
dinner.
particularly comfortable in this home.
I just want to know about the food in these shows. Like the past 3 episodes, the food be so luxurious. It be wanting to make me break my diet. I'll be like, you know what? Keto be damn. Just give me just cakes, pies, cookies. Like y'all got some spread. And it just be laying around just for the bugs to get it. I'm just like, am I gonna cover up this food? You ain't got no saran wrap. No? Okay. He got his feet all up on a table, child. Thank you. She telling them for women it's a death sentence. And for men, they can marry and be political and just go about and go to whorehouses and do whatever they want to do. But for women, it's like. I love that they speak Valerian. High Valerian at that. Uh-huh. He said this is a tragic world. Only solitude. She's one by herself. Child, I feel you.
Steps don't meant to be long to the realm, but over the past few days it seems to have traded a crab feeder for a sea snake. This is clearly a review for passing of the lady there. Years have passed since the business was done. Certainly it cannot still be wrong. The sea snake is an overproud man, to be sure of this. That pride is the
I did not talk about the sea snake. Don't you talk about my man Corliss Valerian? No, you don't.
I don't wish to cause you further distress, Your Grace.
Right.
My brother has said disturbing words from Horus is said to have engaged in negotiations with the Sea Lord of Bragos, and he plans to wed his daughter Lena to the Sea Lord's son.
Oh.
If House Ovarian entered into an alliance with the Free Cities, then we would have to seek our marriage back.
Forget you, Auto High Tower. You old punk ass. Can't stand him. And let me ask something else. The candle game in this show is fierce. Fierce. The candle game is just fierce. There's just candles everywhere. In the chandelier, in the little thing. Fierce. Don't tell me you spit out another baby. Lord have mercy. She's like a puppy. She's spitting them out. And then the way she hold that baby make me nervous. Girl, when you holding a baby make me nervous, girl. Where she just shaking that baby like this. Girl, that make me nervous. It's like, girl, wait. Well, what? Child abuse. Somebody called the Westerosi CPS. Because the way she was holding that baby was not right. That shit wasn't right. Girl, the way she holding that baby, I'm scared. I'm like, girl, stop. Sir Christian Cole. All I can say is Dang, I was thinking what Alice said, like, did her and the king even spend no time together? Like, it just seems like not since she didn't pop out these kids, like she by herself a lot. She seemed kind of lonely. What is all this? A note. What is it? A letter, a note, a map, coordinates. What is that? A map? What is that? Oh, a secret passage. Oh, snap. King's Landing got a secret passage? Since when? What? Ooh, child. You don't tell me there's gonna be some hanky-panky going on. Hanky-panky. Oh, she dressed like a boy. Like a King's Landing normie. She gonna sneak out and just be touring around the city talking. Get a rat. The rat's like, I see you, Renera. I see you. I'm snitching. That rat look like he's snitching. Oh, she's sneaking out with Damon. They both sneaking out. I like King's Landing. I like the way it looks, though. It looks fly. It looks fly. What is with the fire people? Okay. Oh, my God. God, people just having sex in the streets? What's happening? I don't know if I want to be in this city. This city is a little too live and lit for me. People tight roping, fire breathers, like, wow, magic MFL. You know, like, what is happening? Like, dang, like, what is going on? Bootleg liquor. Oh, she ain't got no eyes, girl. I want nothing from you, girl. Ugh. King Landers were too much for me. That was too much. It's too much for me. They hit the king, the throne trying to kill him. The throne just he got infections. He done lost 2 fingers. It's not going well. Oh. Okay, maybe we get to see some interaction between Allison and the king, because to me it just seemed like they just not, they don't look good together, but you know, we're wrong.
She far kinder touch than they do.
Thank you.
And now we come to the matter of the great iron chair. And whose bum it might bear. Our good king names his daughter.
Oh,
His heir.
oh, the people in the town talking mad-ish. Boom! Let's see, where am I at? I'm 25 minutes, 30 seconds into this episode. So just in case y'all want to know, I'm 25, 30 into the episode. Oh my God.
A son.
Oh, they making fun of her. Oh.
Who will it be? The brother, the daughter, or the little princeling of three?
Oh wow. Ooh wow, girl. Ooh, wow.
Rhaenyra, the realm's delight, a girl so young and so slight, loved by all her people, but
They making fun of her.
a powerful queen, or would she be feeble? For upon the faith I've long proclaimed, he has two things Rhaenyra cannot: a conqueror's name and a cock.
Oh my God. This play is live and lit.
Everyone should be there.
There won't be no consequence.
There are great consequences if you expect to rule one day.
But one night I wish to be free of the burdens of my inheritance.
It's a lot of fire going around the city. What is happening in Kings? Why is people breathing fire? Is this a dragon thing?
Hey, stop! Wait, I'll find it.
What is happening? Was Allison, is she ready for bed? She wearing her little negligee. She like, ooh, daddy, come on. She gotta get liquored up before she deal with the king. Girl, I need something to drink. I need some liquor before I deal with this dude. He only got 2 fingers. He missing 2 fingers. As long as he got 2, I mean, I guess, you know. He like, princess, is that you?
Take care, boy. Next time you might not be so loving. Enjoyed that, did you?
He knows what next is freedom.
It's cute. I can see her and Damon. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. I can see, you know, them kind of together. It's cute. For now.
Pardon me, Your Grace. The king has requested your presence.
Why she look like that? Girl, I'm gagging. Girl, I'm gagging. Why she look like that? Why she just like, shit. She like, no, man, no. Why she look like that? She was just like, the king request your presence. She like, damn, I got to get up out this bed. I was asleep. Like, like I'm gagging over here. I'm gagging. Oh, what is this? What kind of show is this? What kind of? They got rooms and some kind of script all over their bodies. What is this? Is this Cirque du Soleil Restaurasi version? I don't remember this in my Cirque du Soleil. They weren't naked. They all contorting, just like, oh, and then the king got sores all over his back. Oh, girl, no, girl. Then he got sores all over his back, and he missing 2 fingers. Girl, what he trying to get it in, and then the fingers? Oh, like his body's all like half rotten. And a moment of silence for Allison. Okay, girl. Had to have a moment of silence for her because I don't. She doing her kingly duty she doing her wifely queenly duty for real. Because it's all this. You see his back? It's all the stuff all over his back. Oh, girl, no. And here Renee, she's surrounded by naked people. What part of the King's Landing is this? Naked town. Just naked folks everywhere, just having orgies, naked. Just naked people, naked white people everywhere. What is happening? Child? I didn't see some things that look familiar. They look familiar. Oh, I've seen that before. Oh, okay. Child, what is happening? Okay. Okay, I'm at 31 minutes and 32 seconds. Just in case you wonder what's going on. Oh my God. Child, what is happening? No. Oh, poor Allison. Girl, this is too much for me to deal with this episode. She just laying there like, she's just laying there. Just like, get it over with. This episode, this might be my favorite one. Like I said, I don't remember this part of King's Landing being in Game of Thrones. They took a wrong turn down the alley and straight to Orgy Town. Won't you take me to Orgy Town? Oh my God! What is? Whew. Wait a minute. Whew, gee. Okay. Okay, Renera. Okay, girl. Okay, girl.
Dana?
No, you, Damon, you can't tease you. Ooh. Look at this little kid. He a snitch. Look at him. He looking like, who that? Poor Allison just staring up at the rats. Just the rats are looking at her like, I see you. I see you. You didn't like that, did you? The rat. The rats looking at her like, girl, you know that wasn't good. I don't know what. No, Renee, don't do it, girl. I can see where this is going. Girl, don't do it, girl. Girl, don't do it. Girl, don't know. Girl, no. I know where this is going. She done went out, got a little hot, and she like, well, since Damon wouldn't break me off proper, like, I'm just gonna get with you. Girl, no. Oh, Renee. Renee is just hot. Okay, girl. I see you. He just like, I don't even know what to do. He don't know what to do. He just like, what is happening? Girl, no. No, girl, don't do it. She like, you better get them pants off, bitch. I died. She like, if you don't take them pants off right now. She like, if you don't get them clothes off right now, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions up in her. Oh my God. Yikes, girl. I just like, Renee. I wonder what people are going to say about this episode. I really am curious. I'm really curious to see what people are going to say. Because this episode has a lot of elements of sexuality and sexual awareness, which can be tastefully and respectfully discussed about being a woman. Renee, I think she's like 16 or 17. So she's coming into her own sexuality. And it's just, I like this episode. I like this episode so far. I give it an 8 out of a 10 so far. Let's see. I like how Game of Thrones deals with mature themes. When it does it right. Now last season there was some really problematic things going on that I was just like, the way it was portrayed was just disgusting. So, but this is better. This is a lot better. She gonna break Christian Cole off some proper like. Look at Sir Christian Cole. He's just like, I don't know what to do. And then Renee gonna put it on him, and he just gonna be like, I'm sprung, come and get me. Yeah, do. Oh God, this scene with Christian Cole is cringe to me. Like, it's just cringe. It's like kind of cringy. Oh, Christian Cole, let me see what you're working with there though. It's kind of cringe. But I can understand that she wants like some sort of intimacy, you know. I have a lot to say when this episode is over about some of the things in here and the things that we're seeing. And it's not just there for if you see past the nudity and the titillization of it, that it's really speaking to something about female sexuality, which I feel very strongly about female owning their own sexuality. This is interesting. This is interesting. So, oh girl, she riding in like a donkey. Let me stop. Let me stop, y'all. Let me stop. Girl, get her in there. Get it, girl. Get it. Girl, get it. Get it, girl. Oh, shit. All right, girl.
Apologies for late hour. What is next to things worth and might work?
Oh, he got spies. And he gonna come back and be like, Damon and Renee was doing it.
Am I a prisoner?
Because I was once yours. I'm your protector, not keeper.
Okay, Lady Mysteria, like, I'm not trying to say anything bad about this actress. She's undeniably a very attractive woman. But her accent and her acting, every time she on camera, I'm like cringe. Cringe, cringe, cringe. Ugh. Just her acting and her accent and the way she acts is like, Damon, why you treat me like animal? Damon, why you treat me like animal? You you're not welcome. Suffer. You treat me like animal. Damon, you treat me like animal. Like I'm like, it's just cringe to me. It's cringe. It's cringe. It's cringe. Cringe. I'm glad she only a little bit of singing child. That accent and her acting is just so weird. It's just like, what you did to the way out? You tell them and get out of here. You fall asleep drunk. I don't like you drunky. You know, I'm just like, girl, what? That's a choice. That's an acting choice. That's a choice, girl. It's a choice. Alice ain't gonna get pregnant again. Oh, I just.
What is it? I apologize for the early hour, Grace. I have discomforting news. I thought it best share discreetly.
Oh, Auto Hightower, you messy bitch. You messy.
I'm afraid it concerns the princess, my king. She can harm. It is no easy thing to tell a father of his daughter's exploits. I had considered saying nothing about what she did. The princess was spied last evening beyond the walls of the keep, in the pleasure house. What on? She was carrying on with her uncle. They were engaged in behaviors unbecoming of a maiden. Of a princess.
Oh, misogyny.
What behaviors?
Now I understand her over there. Kissy face with Damon did not look good. But I promise you, if she was a dude, like nobody would even care. Like, I mean, if she was a dude over there smoozing with her cousin or aunt, I promise you, people, I mean, they would be a little bit care, but it would just kind of like be, meh, right? But because she's a girl, then the misogyny is great. The patriarchy is great in this realm. It's really disgusting. So I find it abhorrent and disgusting that as a boy you can go to any whorehouse you want to and have sex with your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmama, and that's cool. But then as a girl, that's not cool. You can't do that. Like, man, whatever.
At this movement, I before me at once. I will take their eyes. As your hand, I must then take.
Daddy said he'd take their eyes out. Take their eyes out, bitch.
And several of the servants have now admitted to seeing her, the princess, creeping through the gates of the King's Landing, disguised as a page during the hour of the hour. This was secret ambition to have my daughter stalked, spied upon, awaiting your best chance to destroy her reputation. I have no such intent, your friends. Things are coming back. No desire of yours. Do you wish to have your blood on your own throne so badly that you are willing to destroy mine own?
Oh, I understand it from both sides. He's telling Otto Hightower, like, do you wish to have your grandkid on the throne so bad that you wish to sabotage? You know, she's like spying on Rhaenyra. But Rhaenyra shouldn't be out there doing that. I agree. But then again, if she was a dude, if she was a 16, 17-year-old guy out there at a pleasure house, at a pillow house, it would be no big deal. I'm sure she's not the only royal prince or princess that snuck out and did whatever. So it's just because she's a girl. Like, you know, if she was a dude, it wouldn't be an issue.
That's another plan.
That kind of shit just pisses me off. Because she has a right to explore her sexuality. And her and Damon didn't do anything, so he kind of left her high and dry. Damon's such a tease, though. How you gonna be having Damon like just kiss all in your face, then he be like, "I'm gone. See you later." Wait a minute, come back. I'm gone. Like, you can't have this forbidden fruit. Just throw it all out there and then be like, you can't have it. You can't have this. You're going to work a little harder to get some Damon. You got to work hard for this. This dragon. You're going to have to work hard to ride this dragon.
What happened last night? What do you mean? My father has made some worrying allegations about you. Were you with your uncle? I haven't seen him in years. He took me to the city for some fun. Tell me the whole of it, Julia. Your father accused me of something. Once I drank wine, left the castle after dark, and you fucked David in pleasure.
The F word.
This isn't a fine accusation, is it? You Targaryens do have queer customs. And Damon certainly knows no limit. Alison, your Grace's sister, you must know I would never. You're going to believe such gossip. My father is no gossip. Well, certainly he's been misled. He cannot have witnessed such a thing. Why not? Because it did not happen. It was told.
She like told by who?
Who made these claims to my father? I am the princess. To question my virtue is an act of treason. I do not know specific.
But the point is, Miss, her virtue shouldn't even be questioned. It shouldn't even be a thing. If she want to go have sex with her uncle, she can have sex with her uncle. I mean,
I only want to help you when you're.
Really? Do you, Allison? Girl.
You drank in a cabin. Several taverns. It's getting late. I asked to go home. Damon wished to continue. As he was my escort, I had no choice. Continue. My brother. He took me to a show. I was only a spectator. I didn't do anything.
Oh no, she went to a freaking brothel. Gasp! The gag. Shit pissed me off, man. She went to a brothel. Okay. Which most boys in around this medieval time, most boys go to brothels. She's 16, 17, 18 years old. Most dudes go to a brothel because she's a woman. Gasp! She can't go to a brothel.
Damon never touched me. I swear this to you, upon the memory of my mother. It's foolish of you to
Yeah, it was stupid for Renee to go out. I agree. But
So have I.
this show is so deep to me because I see the bigger picture about the themes that they're presenting here. Renee was foolish. She was. She was foolish. She shouldn't have went out like that, knowing that somebody might have seen her. So I agree with that. It was foolish. That was dumb. But the other shit I don't agree with. Oh no, Damon. Oh no, Damon. No. What's happening? They be doing Damon so dirty. But him and Renee are like cut from the same cloth. They both be doing like risky, really risky shit. Like, it's stuff that they just be pushing it. They be pushing the envelope. That I don't like because to me you have to be smarter about the way you carry on. And to him and Renee are kind of they're both reckless and just like you kind of push King Vivi in a bad position. It's like you forcing my hand because I'm trying to be good to you and I'm trying to be fair to you. But then you go out and do shit like this, it just makes it worse.
What is it about it, brother? When we were in years, they just fucked our way through most of the brothels on the street.
Right.
We were young men. She's just a girl. Your niece, Sarah's an on grave. Her first experience being with me in summer home. You have ruined her. What lord will wed her now in this condition? Because of what some lord thinks. You are the dragon. Your word is truth and law. I have spent a lifetime defending you. But your heart is even blacker than I thought. I should disinherit her, as I already did you.
Oh man. Yeah, okay. I can see it both ways, like what they saying.
I want her now. Take her as she is and let her in the position of ours. Your honor is weak. I didn't stop that on the concrete from taking a second wife.
It sure didn't.
You are a plague, sent to destroy me. Take the wife. We will return the house of the dragon to prove. Of course. It's not my daughter who must draw it. It's my throne. Go back to the family. Who lost his wife?
Daddy Viserys was like, look,
Scrap along the remains.
I don't know what to think. I'm so conflicted. I honestly I don't know what to think. I really don't. I mean, but Damon didn't have sex with her. He didn't have sex with her. So, I mean, he could have, but he didn't. So that kind of says something. But then taking her to a brothel and knowing that you might be spotted, like, was that part of Damon's plan to discredit Rhaenyra? Like to me, that was very calculated. It's like I'm gonna discredit her. I'm gonna take her to a brothel, put put her virtue into question, knowing that there's a chance that somebody's gonna see all of this. Damon's a son's bitch. He like I like his character, but then it's like, did he do all of this on purpose? I don't. I think he did this kind of on purpose. So, which is very low of him to do that. So I don't think Damon is stupid. I don't think Damon is ignorant. I think Damon knew what he was doing by giving her a map and showing her which way to go and come out with me. Like I think all this was planned by Damon. I think this is just his plan for him to try to wed her.
restless and chaotic.
She swore to me that she remains a virgin. And I believe her.
But it's just such a double standard. I'm just like, ugh. It's such a double standard about women and our sexuality. It's just, ugh, all this just messy to me. And it still goes on to this day. Like to this day now, women still go through the same bullshit of being virtuous and virgins, and you can't be in slut shaming, and you can't want to just have sex with a dude just to have sex. It got to be, oh my God, even though, you don't have to get pregnant. And you would think after all these centuries that things would have changed. It's like we're not here just to be wives and have babies, but then like that sentiment is still around. Like it's just times have changed. This wasn't 50 years ago or 1,050 years ago. Like
That dagger once belonged to Red on
cat's paw.
was Aegon's.
He didn't turn his niece out. She did. She busting it wide open. Then bring it back, bust it wide open. Then you bring it back, bust it. She got hot and was like, "Look, I don't care who I do. I'm doing somebody." Cat's paw. That's the sword that killed the Night King.
Oh my blood.
Oh, you heat it up and it has burns.
And his will be his home, ice and fire.
Jon Snow, the prince that was promised. David had turned his daughter out. He did, David. Heck yes, poor thing. He should have just let Damon marry Rhaenyra and call it a day. He should have just let them get married. He's trying to get her to see the bigger picture. Like, look, this is all fun and games now, but we got White Walkers coming. Like, the whole world's going to get destroyed. So I kind of need you, girl, to kind of get it together, girl.
Only perception. You have exposed yourself. Now we must pose some consequences.
Right.
You are born a man, not like too much I wanted. I could father a dozen bastards, and no
Right.
one in the court would blink an eye.
Right.
You're right.
But you were born a woman.
Sin was stripped me from a time prison in Ebony Master.
I would. It is mine to hold the realm together, not sow it with further division. Your courtship is at an end. You will wed
He just-
someone you will do so without protest.
The Senate sees me, so I can be a remedy for political headaches.
You are my political headache.
Rhaenyra, girl. She got to be smarter than this, though. She don't see the bigger picture either. The way things that she's doing is just dumb.
House of the Dragon will stand as one for a further generation.
And what will you do about the vulture who perches upon your throne?
What vulture?
Your hands.
Oh.
Otto Hightower, loyal and faithful.
He wants everyone to be made fair.
Yeah, he
And
does.
he will stop at nothing to see it done.
Tell him, Rhaenyra.
Including spying on me to bring about my ruin.
Right.
You speak of the conqueror's vision and the need for strength and unity across the realm. But how can that be accomplished with your most trusted advisor so self-interested?
Every lord and lady that calls for an audience. Every man on my small council and all councils passes with self-interest. It is unavoidable.
I disagree. I will do my duties there and with Celine. You must first do yours as king.
Oh. Girl. She know Otto Hightower ain't shit.
I'm sorry.
He like,
No,
what?
it was some time ago. The details, they faded memory. My father was a hale and healthy warrior who tried to of his abilities. Jaehaerys named a great royal hunt to celebrate the being in the hand of the king. 5 days later, my father laid heir. Tyrion's last.
Okay.
Baelon the Brave. Ride the Blade Car. Heir to the Iron Throne. Dead the first Remy. Gods haven't gone for it. It was a grim day. Not recorded well. It was a good day for you. Jaehaerys named you hand of Baelon's dead. That's hardly how I viewed it, Your Grace.
What?
It was a duty.
Wait a minute. Did Otto Hightower
You served my grandson nobly.
set the king's daddy up? Child, what is he saying? Ooh.
You want to make him great. Just 5 days.
Okay.
You went from being another man in Jaehaerys court.
Wow. He like, my daddy died in 5 days. Is he trying to say Otto Hightower set his daddy up to get murdered? To get killed? So he could be the hand? Oh, that's interesting.
I would never recover from that mistake.
Mm.
She took me through the worst of my grief.
Right.
She was a calculated distraction.
Right.
I only now realize how well calculated it was. That is an absurdity. The Queen loves you. As I never love her. Your interests no longer align with those of the realm. Your judgment has been compromised. The loyal and must tell his king a discomforting truth from time to time, Your Grace, if he tells it. He's failed.
You fired, bitch.
You were a faithful servant, Otto.
He like, bitch, you fired.
The crown and realm, both of your debts can never be repaid. I can no longer trust your judgment.
So did Otto Hightower have something to do with his father's death? Maybe he did. Maybe he was like, you know what? I just need to get him out the way and I can be hand. So, you know. Mm. Wow, that's interesting. Plot twist. Maybe he did have something to do with his daddy getting killed. Wow. That's interesting.
I hope you can forgive the late Howard.
Oh, here comes the maester. What you want?
Take care in its situation. If not used properly, it can either prove ineffective or else unpleasant.
Please. I'm sorry, what is it?
Tea, Princess. From the king. It will rid you of any unwanted.
Oh, it's like an abortion drink. Child. Here's your abortion drink. Oh, Jesus. Mm. Okay. She done got an abortion drink and everything. Child. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll see the preview for the next episode. That episode was good. Like I give it I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Like I did. You know, I appreciate I heard so I appreciate the titillating the sexual aspects of the episode, which speaks to a higher conversation that I appreciate about women's sexuality, about what it means to rule. I keep hearing what it means to rule. So, this episode was interesting. Like to me, it was interesting on a lot of levels. And deeper than I think than people realize about the difference between being a male and female, and the shame that goes on. Okay, let's see what's the next episode. Sea snake is coming. Both of the dragons gonna come together. Like, hey, sea smoke. Hey, girl. They gonna fight at the wedding. This is like a wedding. This is like I ain't seen a wedding like this. Oh, Otto Hightower, you bastard. Otto Hightower.
The last time we saw Damon, he was
You said the next episode is when they age. They're gonna age up the actresses. They had to show out this episode. Hopefully, yeah, maybe not the next episode, maybe the episode after that, they're gonna age them up. I like this episode. Again, like to me, like when I watch episodes like that, when they're, where they're divulging into certain sexualities and sexual taboos, I see it as a different way than other people see it, because I don't just see it as like just boobs and dangling everywhere and people. To me, this episode was the deepest episode I've seen so far. With the themes, and really, like, I promise you, will probably go over most people's heads. But to me, this episode is very speaking towards like women's sexuality, and the fact that if she was a dude, she could go to any brothel and have sex with anybody and do anything, and it wouldn't be frowned upon. Nobody would really care. All the times these kings and these princes and fathered all kinds of children out of wedlock, and it's not a big thing. And then, as a man, you're expected to have a certain amount of sexual prowess by the time you get to be, 18, 19, 20 years old. A certain amount of, there's a rite of passage when it comes to being a boy and sexuality that was especially back then. But even to this day, that same misogynist bullshit still exists to this day that I don't like. And it kills me as the fact that a lot of women feel like they're not allowed to own their sexuality. They're not allowed to be like, hey, I'm going to break something off. And I understand that back then it was a different story because you didn't have birth control, and the maester gave her a potion, a tonic to take just in case she had an oopsie baby, which, by the way, I have to say, people, it's historically accurate. Like in many civilizations in Asia, Europe, Africa, some of these things are like almost poisonous. But it would cause them to almost have an abortion. And it would cause all kinds of complications, almost death. Like some of these women like almost died. So that's very accurate historically speaking. But when I see an episode like this, like I said, people just see for the surface level of it. And Damon, and I really think that Damon, do y'all think Damon knew what he was doing? I think Damon knew what he was doing. I think he purposely took her out on the town, got her drunk. We gonna go to a brothel, put you around all these people getting it on and flexing, and got her drunk, make out with her a little bit, and then leave her, and then knowing that somebody probably was gonna see that and report it, and so it would force Renee into a situation and force the daddy into a situation where he would try to be like, well, Renee can marry me and you don't have to worry about it. And all these other lords ain't going to want to marry her because they think that she was out with Damon, losing her virginity. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was wrong for that. And that kind of, to me, puts him in a bad light. Like I see him like, okay, Damon, I see you. you know, he a bit calculating in what he was doing. He was wrong for that. And he knew what he was doing. He was wrong for that. And you know, to ruin Rhaenyra's reputation and ruin basically her marriage prospects, that was very, I don't know. I mean, it was smart. It was calculating. He's playing the Game of Thrones. So, I mean, congratulations to Damon, but was it right? No, it was so wrong. Like, it was wrong for him to manipulate Rhaenyra like that. It was just wrong. You know, I just don't like it. And then Otto Hightower, he fell into the trap. He fell into the trap too because, you know, he's out to serve himself as well and his family and his daughter and pushed his daughter on the king and all that. And that was just well thought out and planned. But, you know, poor Renee, I just feel like she's like caught in the middle between her dad, Otto Hightower, Damon, Sir Christian Cole. It's like she's smack dab in the middle of like all these people pulling at her mentally and emotionally, and they're all these different people are trying to manipulate her into doing something that she doesn't, you know, particularly want to do, or maybe not into, or maybe she's naive. She's a little bit naive. I mean, for all her agency and her intelligence and her cunning, I find Rhaenyra very naive. I think she just doesn't understand the gravity of what she's really up against being a female heir to the throne. I think, but she's young, but I think she doesn't quite, and her dad's trying to get her to understand, like, do you understand how bad this looks? You understand what this is going to force me to do, you know, relationship wise. I mean, his relationship with his wife, and then in the court, and the, you know, like, you're just forcing your dad into a problematic situation. Um, and it's just like the daddy, he's caught and stuck, and Rhaenyra's caught and stuck, you know, and then, you know, you have people trying to play them like a fiddle, and you know, it happens. But I just wish Rhaenyra would have handled things differently. I mean, she's young. I think she's like 16, 17. I wish she would have listened. She's very headstrong and doesn't want to listen to anybody. And I wish she would have just listened to people a little bit more. I wish she would have had a bit more understanding of, okay, there's certain things I can and can't do. But then again, you know, she's a teenager. So teenagers just do messed up shit. So, you know, she's young. But yeah, I think watching this episode, and I can't wait to see next episode, what's going to happen when she's forced to marry Laenor of House Valerian, which I read the books, and so not to spoil anything. That's all. It's going to be a whole nother issue of problematic for her. It's not going to turn out well the way, spoiler, it's not going to turn out the way her dad and everybody's thinking. It's going to be easy, just going to marry Laenor and just everything's going to be it's not going to work out the way she's thinking it's going to work out. But Damon, I see you, Damon. I see you. I see what you're trying to do. And like I said, part of me is like, okay, but then another part of me just don't like it. And then, like I said, this episode really the first time I've ever seen in a show that any show that I've watched, and maybe shows out there, where a girl really owns her sexuality. Like, you know, she went to this brothel, got hot, and then and then Sir Christian Cole was there, so she was kind of like, well, I guess this is happening. So I think this is the first time I've seen the show in a long time where a young lady is really owning coming into being a sexual maturity and being a sexual person. And that was good to see. And like I said, I think most people are just not, they're just gonna go right over their head, but it's not gonna go over Kiki's head. Because again, I see the themes in all of this. I see the themes of patriarchy, misogyny, sexuality, control, dominance, submission. All of these things are in this show. That's why I like this show, because it really digs deep. To me, Ring of Power is very surface level. Rings of Power is beautiful to look at. And it's about a centralized enemy, a centralized villain. But this show, it's more nuanced because there's really not so right now a centralized villain. It's like people aren't good or bad. There's no big bad. It's just shades of gray. And people like that about the show. And some people I've heard them criticize saying they don't like it about the show. They think it's boring because you only really stay in Kingsland. You only really stay in one location. And some people have had problems with the fact that the show seems a bit boring because in Game of Thrones you were in King's Landing and then you're hanging out with the Starks and you're here and there and you're kind of everywhere. So you really got to see a lot of Westeros. Um, but this show's not, like I said, I think that people can watch House of Dragon and watch Rings of Power and get different things out of it. To me, Rings of Power, like I said, my Rings of Power video, which I watch live every week. Thursday at 11 p.m. I'm gonna watch it live. To me, Rings of Power is high fantasy, and then House of the Dragon is more low. Not saying low fantasy, as in it's more reality based. It's not very optimistic. House of the Dragon, you just see the themes. You're like, oh, this is not going to end well. Oh, this is not going to end well. Oh, that looks bad. And to me, Rings of Power is much more fantasy, traditional fantasy, while House of the Dragon is much, much more dramatic and more adult than Rings of Power. Rings of Power is very adventure driven fantasy, and here it's more insular and family driven fantasy with real life themes woven into it, and I like that. Like I said, I'm really interested to see the Renea story. Interesting to hopefully somebody can break down the whole Otto Hightower and King Viserys' father Balerion and what happened to him, because again, the books, they describe what happened to him, but it really wasn't. It was just like, okay, he was fighting in some battle and he got killed. There wasn't really too much. It wasn't elaborated on. So I'm really interested in what part are they trying to say that Otto Hightower had in this. I mean, that's fascinating. That's an interesting turn. That's a great writing, and the fact that King Viserys is like, you're not my hand anymore. Like, you're fired, bitch. Get on. I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Plot twist. I did not see that. I did not see that coming. Him firing him at the end for being a hand. I did not see that coming. So that was fascinating. And so, so we'll see. Like I said, I'd give this episode about a 7.5 out of 10. The titillating aspects were fascinating. The exploration of sexuality was fascinating. I love all that. And what it speaks to people's attitudes about sexuality down to this day. It's just so stuffy and dodgy and weird, and a lot of our civilization is weird about women women are very sexual creatures, period, even though we've been told not to be. But we are, and when we're very much sexual creatures, and we like to get it in like anybody else. People try to deny that, but it's not healthy. But I would say what I would like to see in this, I don't know how many episodes is going to be in this season. I'm not sure. But what I think there's some things, some elements I would like to see. I would really like to get into seeing more of Alicent and Rhaenyra together and see how things are going to go south for them, because you can tell that they kind of like kissed and made up this time, but there's going to be other things. When I read the book, the House of the Dragon, I was firmly like Team Rhaenyra, and I'm like, she got did wrong. But now I'm just kind of like, girl, you making choices that's a bit like, girl, why? Like, she's making choices that I don't agree with. She's doing things that are stupid. It's this teenager shit, but it's so detrimental to her, and she's so hard-headed. So I could see, and then like in the books, when I read the books, I did not like King Viserys. I thought he was just some like, hey, let's party. Hey, bro. Like, he was very bro. But I see that like he is really like I have sympathy. I have a lot of love and sympathy for him because I can see like he's trying to hold on to elements and people that don't want to be held on to. Like Damon is such a like he was saying, Damon and Rhaenyra are like wild dragons. Like they want to do whatever they want to do. They want to go wherever they want to go. They want to have sex with everyone to sex. They want to just bend the rules, break the rules. They're just very willful, two very willful and kind of selfish and overly self-assured people. And God knows I love Damon. Oh, and Matt Smith plays him so it's just perfection, like how I picture Damon acting. But it's like it's like Damon and Rhaenyra, it's like they understand what's going on, but then they don't really they're not fully grasping the consequences. They're not fully understanding the things that they're doing. And I guess Damon just wants King Viserys to just stud up, like Brittany, and love their Lago. He wants the king to just tell people, everybody just go along with it. Like, I know you don't like this, but I'm king. Whatever I say, go along with it. And then what Damon is not realizing is that, like, that sounds good and it works in theory, but you have a whole realm to rule over. You have all these houses. And once people start talking, and once people start getting, angry, and once people start getting together with other people and whispering and getting together other people's houses, then people start conspiring against you. So I think Viserys fully understands what's going on, but I think he's powerless to stop it, But I think Damon he thinks he's so fucking clever. Like Damon thinks he's so smart and so clever, but he's underestimated the other people around the king, that to rule a realm is not just the king sitting on a hill by himself, that you have to have the confidence of the other houses. You have to have the confidence of your council. You have to have the confidence of the army as well. And I just think that Damon just thinks that he's just going to stud up. If he was king, he would just stud up, walk in there and put his feet up on the table and be like, look, y'all do what I say or else. But that doesn't work. Like in history of Game of Thrones, it never worked out well. All the kings came in there talking about they want to stud up and fight people, then or just do whatever they want to do, regardless of tradition, just because I'm king and I said so. All them kings and everyone, I mean, we got hindsight, but all those kings who tried to stud up like that, it didn't work out. So, like I said, people before want to drag Viserys, and I don't drag him or fault him at all. I just see a dad that's just trying to do his best and a king that's trying to do his best. And yes, Viserys is weak and where he should be strong, and then strong where he should be a little bit more giving. But I think he's doing the best that he can. Viserys was never meant to be king. He wasn't raised to be king. He didn't have the education to be king. Like he was like the oldest one of like the third son or some shit like that. His cousin should have been queen. But it is what it is. But I just think that Viserys just is not king material. But I appreciate him trying. He trying, dude. So I'm not gonna drag him. Everybody else be dragging him. Viserys, I'm not gonna drag you, dude. I know you trying, boo. I know you trying, boo. I got you, Viserys. I got you. But this is interesting for me. For somebody who read the book and was like, "Oh, they're back. Yeah, they're back." Oh my God. I was like, she gotta go to bed with that. I wouldn't even, I'd be laying like here like this, like, oh, yeah, honey. I would just hold them by the sides. I'd be like, oh yeah, daddy, give it to me. Oh, yep. Or Allison, she just laid there. She was just like, I'm like, is she dead? Oh, she's still alive. She breathing. Yeah, girl, like could you just laying there? She just laid there like she was not enjoying it at all. Like, girl, you could at least, put your back into it or something, girl. At least enjoy what it was for what she was not enjoying. That made me think Allison is gay. Like the way she was laying there, she was just like, I'm like, girl, it was like Branwyn and Chaz. Like, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, is this a Branwyn and Chaz situation? Like, girl, blink 3 times. Here's a safe word. What's the safe word, girl? I mean, because she was just like, get me. And then his back had all where the throne, his back is like sores and infections and holes. And I was like, that man is not well. That man is not well. And she's just gonna keep popping out these babies. I just, like I said, that speaks to another thing of like I said, I hate to beat a dead horse of women's sexuality. Like, how the idea of being married to somebody that she may or may not be sexually attracted to. That's number one. Being married to somebody that your dad is politically pushing you off, told you to go get in there, girl. Get in there, girl. Go away. Go put your mama's dress on. Get in there, girl. I mean, that's problematic number two. And then knowing that you're with somebody that you go through all of that, you're queen. You're with somebody that's like 30 years older than you. You're with your best friend's daddy, and then on top of that, his bed game be weak. Girl, that's too much. I pick a struggle. Pick a struggle because I can't. That's too much for me. I mean, then you got to just lay there, and then when it came and got her, and her face was just like, oh God, like I'm trying to sleep. The king requests your presence. Her face was like, she was like brain when she's like, oh my God, I'm trying to do homework. I'm tired. Serious. What do you want from me, Miss Serious? And I'm feeling good. Like I thought Allison was finna suck her thumb for a minute. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, girl, like Allison was just like, I couldn't even fathom the idea of just being with somebody. Well, you know what? Let Miss Kiki stop. Cause I'm straight lying to y'all. I said I couldn't fathom. I can fathom. Let's leave it at that. I can fathom. But I would never be in that situation again. I've been in that situation a long time. But yes, I can fathom being with somebody just laying there like, okay, just get it over with. Like I mean, I think as men and women, we've all been there. We've all been with somebody you just like, okay, like, dude, really. But yeah, her just I just feel for Allison more than I thought I would after reading the book because I hated her in the book, but I really feel bad for her. Like I feel like she's trapped in a situation that she can't get out of. Like all these women, I feel like they're trapped. Like I feel so just angry and bothered by the fact that women a long time ago and even today feel like they're in the situations with men where they feel like they're trapped, where they feel like I gotta stay with this person and deal with that lame ass D in the bed. Like I just I cringe. I cringe about that. Like the fact that you just have to just lay there and just pray that they get it over with. Like, and I'm just like, dang, Allison, like I just, or Rhaenyra out here having sex adventures and orgies and pillow palaces, and getting her pants pulled down. Here, poor Allison just laying there like a damn corpse, like the corpse bride. Let me stop. Poor Allison just laying there, just like, just laying there with her eyes open, staring at the rats on her bed, like, damn, like, is you done yet with your rotten back? And you over there rotten? Part of your body parts is falling off, like. Oh, girl, I didn't want to think about that. Like I said, I feel so bad for her. It's like, like, and then he missing 2 fingers. I just lie back and think of England. That's what the history books say. One of them kings was like, lie back and think of England. So poor Allison, I feel for her as well. I didn't think I would feel so much for her, but God knows I do. Like, oh, girl. I feel for all the women throughout history. They've had to endure so much bullshit. Like, we just go through so much. Like, sometimes it's just too much. It's sometimes it's just overwhelming, you know. And then people think, well, back then they had to do that. I'm like, what do you mean back then? It's 2022, and there are women right now. Wait, it's 9:26 p.m. right now as we speak. There are women right now like Allison Hightower. If you are Allison Hightower, like this video, you know you can remain anonymous. You know who the hell you are. You know you laying there like this. Come on, girl. You know, there's women like that right now that's in the same situation. They're just laying there like, is he done yet? You know who you are. So the idea that people want to pretend like, oh, back then, girl, please, right now, at 9:30, just think when you watch House of the Dragon, and some of you may rewatch it, and some of you are watching this recording. When you go back and watch this show, and you see Allison Hightower laying her bitch ass there, just think in your mind that there are women around the world that are in the same ass situation. The same situation. Do you hear me? They are in the same situation. They just lying there, miserable, all over the world, just stuck with some dude that they don't like. You know, he may not have like a rotten back, like sores all over his back, but he may have an STD. His crotch may smell like onions. You know, whatever. You know, whatever this woman go. I mean, he may just have a whole bunch of pubic hair. Just, you know, women just sitting there like, girl, like, girl, I really need to pay my car, or girl, I ain't got no place else to go, or thank God it's only like once a year, or girl, we married and we got kids, so let me just, yeah, okay, you done, just. Allison was like this, y'all. Allison was like this. Oh, just. I was sitting there like, girl, what? I'm had to rewatch this episode. I was like, Lord have mercy. I was like, House of the Dragon is keeping it real for y'all hoes. Like, for real. You know, I'm like, oh, poor thing. And I think she was kind of jealous of Renee. She probably like, you get to go to, you went to a pillow house and a brothel, and you just saw orgy and a performance. Oh my God. Like, I'm sitting here dealing with your rotted back ass daddy. Like, like you out here having fun, and I'm sitting there dealing with your old ass rotten back ass daddy. What? Girl, that shit ain't fair. She should have been mad at Renee based on the fact that it just ain't fair. You over there with Damon? Y'all know Damon be looking good. She probably looking at David too, like, ooh, Damon, okay. I should have married that one instead of the king. She probably looking at Daddy like, you couldn't arrange that somehow. I don't think Damon would have even been with Allison. She too milquetoast and boring for him. But I'm sure she was like, you out here having fun around the streets, and I'm sitting here with this old dude with his back riding away. Renee, geez, no wonder she was mad. She was like, girl, what? Just girl. Just they ain't fair. I'm out here popping out these babies. And then the way she was holding the baby like this. She talking about, I'm like, girl, stop. I'm like, I was nervous for that baby. I was like, I was like, girl, what was happening? Like, the way she was rocking that baby, I was like, oh, is she gonna drive it? Is she gonna drive the baby? What? Girl, what happened? Girl, what? You know, like I said, Allison just seems lonely, tortured, annoyed, angry, lonely, tired. She probably finna get pregnant again. Spoiler alert, she finna have another baby, pop out another one. And trapped, she feel probably busted and disgusted. Like I don't know. But anyway, that was episode 4 of Game of Thrones, season 1, episode 4. Good episode, solid episode. I will be back here next week. Like, share, subscribe. I'll be back here acting the fool again. If I see any more scenes like that, I'm gonna be gagging all the way. Y'all gonna be passing out. Y'all gonna hear me just hit the floor. If I gotta see another one of them. I mean, this episode was kind of slow, but it was, like I said, this show is a lot about character development and plot development, because the middle to the end of the book is live and lit. Like if y'all think it's, some people like, oh, this show's a little slow. If y'all think it's slow now, just stick with it. You know, I don't know how many seasons this is gonna go. I don't know what's in store for season 1. I haven't read the spoilers, but I know, of course, they're gonna do more than just this season. They're gonna do, I think, I don't know, probably maybe 3 or 4 seasons would probably be, 4 seasons would be good enough to tell the story if they really flesh things out. 4, maybe 5. Maybe 5 is stretching it, but it depends on how many episodes in the season as well. But you know, if y'all think it's boring now, just hold on to your draws, because it definitely picks up. I don't know when it's going to pick up, but it will definitely pick up. You know, pick up in the storyline, and so you know, just stick with it. Just stick with it, y'all. Stick with it. So don't you know, just stick with it. Stick with me. I try to make it interesting. I try to add some humor in it. I try to keep y'all cracking up, keep y'all laughing and live and lit. And so that's about it, folks. I'm getting hot. I'm sweating. I gotta go to work in the morning. I gotta watch my own YouTube channels that I watch. I watch post game for some other people. I watch the after party on some other channels. So I gotta go, you know, moderate like a few different channels that I'm looking at right now. I gotta moderate them. But thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I really do. Tell all your friends. This is a safe space for everybody. Everybody. I don't care if you're black, white, male, female, straight, queer. It's a safe space for everybody. I try to keep it light. Sorry, I'm messaging somebody. Someone's like, "What?" My sister-in-law was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm live, House of the Dragon." Yeah, girl. But yeah, it's been fun. So I'm gonna rest, sit back, see what these other content creators have to say. Again, I promise you, they're not gonna get into it deep like I do. Especially, you know, when we talk about the double standards and sexuality aspects. But I try to dig a little deep, y'all. There's a lot of people that do House of Dragon and pregame, and there's people who do lives. I gotta watch Real Housewives reunion. Okay, well, I don't watch Real House. I don't watch a lot of reality stuff. I don't know what I'm. Like I said, I don't know what I'm like. Get undressed, get back to my normal look, which is just not this. Take the crown off and get ready to relax and get ready to relax. Talk to my sister-in-law. Try to figure out what my man's doing. And maybe rewatch the episode again, or watch some K-dramas because I like Korea. I thought about doing a K-drama because I watch a lot of Korean K-dramas. So, and then watch my YouTube channels and see what they have to say and then respond. But thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Bye.